Sadhguru is now offering the Linga Bhairavi panel to the Honorable President. The panel is a depiction of the Devi crafted in copper, adorned with kumkum, designed and specially consecrated at her abode.
Kala na janati tava jananam Kala na janati tava samapanam Drushto maya tava mahakaraha Yogeshwara Kala Kala Yogeshwara Kala Kala. Welcome to Mahashivratri 2023. It's our great pleasure and privilege to have our beloved President of India here with us. Namaskaram, ma'am. And His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu with us, and also the Honorable Minister of Information Technology and Digital Services of Tamil Nadu State. Namaskaram, sir, please. Ellarku vanakkam. Enge Tamilalu. Mahashivratri 2023 எல்லாத்துக்கு மிக பெருமையான ஒரு விழாவை கொண்டாடிடலாமா? In the legend of Adiyogi, who stands here 112 feet tall, in recognition of the 112 methods or ways, or in today's language, technologies that he offered for the subjective well-being of the human being. He offered this in three different ways for his very studious disciples, the seven sages who are today celebrated as the Saptarishis. He expounded the science and technology of it. But Parvati, his wife, witnessing what was happening, that this exposition of yoga or the yogic sciences, exploring the nature of the human subjectivity and also exploring the nature of the creation, she was so intrigued and saw how these seven sages were going through indescribable experiences. Then she came and said, I also want to know this, teach me. So Shiva said, you don't bother about this, you come sit on my lap. She said, "That's not what I seek, I want to know." He said, "It's all right, come and sit." When she came and sat on his lap, he pulled her in and made her one half of himself. That is why he's Ardhanari, half man, half woman, or the ultimate man, because one half of his is woman, as it is for all of us, because we have all come from a parentage of a man and a woman. The third group of people who always hung around him, the Ghanas, they said, "What is happening to everybody? Why are we missing out? What about us?" He said, "You don't bother about learning, nor do I have to take you on my lap. You just drink off me." And they went wild with ecstasies. So here we have a small technologically advanced show which will be projected upon the Adiyogi, which is popular here as Divya Darshanam. This 12-minute show will depict these three ways in which yoga or the yogic sciences was conveyed to three different groups of people, or in other words, it is not a common prescription. Teaching methods are always as per the requirement of the person who sits in front of us. Well, that is the tradition we have followed here at Isha Yoga. We don't subscribe to any particular philosophy, ideology or belief system. It is a science of subjective exploration. We will… the chairs.
112-foot Adiyogi at Isha Yoga Center. Accompanied by Sadhguru's narration, it is a profound depiction of Adiyogi's unparalleled contribution to humanity and attracts thousands of visitors every day. In 2020, it received the prestigious international award Mondo DR for the use of innovative technology. We now bring to you the Adiyogi Divya Darshanam.
Over 15,000 years ago, a being appeared
in the upper regions of Himalayas. No one knew who he was, where he came from. The origins of this spectacular being were unknown. When his ecstasy allowed him some movement, he danced wildly. When intensity peaked, he became utterly still. People saw that he was experiencing dimensions that no one had ever known or able to fathom. His ecstasy and intensity allowed him to transcend his physical form. Witnessing an individual human in union with the cosmos, they called him a yogi, as he was the first one, the Adi Yogi. When his stillness lasted for years on end, curious onlookers melted away. Only 7 seekers remained, as they could not tear themselves away from him. He transmitted the profound science of yoga in its full depth and dimension. He expounded 112 methods of attainment, offering his disciples access to the deepest innards of creation. In this magnificent state of yoga, many mysteries of the created and the uncreated cascaded upon his unbridled wild hair. It was a vision of the very core of the cosmos in all its profundity and magnificence, a vision of the unfathomable mysteries of the universe, a most overwhelming vision the sages and Devi Parvati had ever witnessed. Devi Parvati, seeing Adiyogi reveling in ecstatic states, said, "I want to have what you have. Show me the way." Adiyogi absorbed her and made her a part of himself, and hence he is the Ardhanari, the ideal man, where one half of him is woman. Seeing the splendor of this magnificent union, Ghanas, his constant companions, asked, "What about us?" Adiyogi said, "Just drink of me," which drove them into intoxicated raptures. Seven sages, the Saptarishis, took the sacred science of yoga in all its forms to human habitations across the planet, which turned into crucibles of civilization. This spectacular being is not of the past, but the future of humanity. To move humanity from hallucinations of ups and downs to nameless ecstasies of one's interiority. Mahadevaya Namaha, Mahadevaya Namaha, Mahadevaya Namaha.
You witnessed the 14-minute visual treat, Adiyogi Divya Darshanam, narrated by Sadhguru. The unique and magnificent Adiyogi Divya Darshanam has won prestigious awards too. May I now request the Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, to please address the gathering.
Founder Isha Yoga Center, Sadhguru Yagi Vasudevji, Minister for IT from the state government, Sri T.M. Tangarajji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. I bow to all that is Shiva, which means Shubha, all that is auspicious, gracious, benevolent in this universe. I feel especially blessed today. Earlier in the day, I had the good fortune of having darshan of Meenakshi Amma. I prayed before the Mother Goddess for the well-being of all. I feel blessed to be here on the holy occasion of Mahashivratri in the presence of Adi Yogi. I am sure you too, like me, are feeling the special vibrations of this ambience. We are sensing a form of energy flowing through us that makes the whole cosmos alive. I was only last week, that was I in Varanasi, the first of all, the abodes of Shiva. And I had a darshan of various manifestations of the god. In the Kashi Vishwanath temple and in the Kalbhairavi temple, in the end of December, I had the good fortune of praying before Mallikarjun Swami at Sri Sailam. And now I am here in the foothills of Veliangiri Hills, which is the Dakhin Kailas, another award of Swayambhu Lord Shiva. We refer to Lord Shiva as Father, as Shiv Baba, Yet he also appears in the form of Adi Narishwar, half male and half female. It points to the masculine and feminine sides of every human being and is an expression of the ideal of balancing the two, what we call gender balance today, comes, comes alive so beautifully in that image. Sometimes I wonder if Shiva is the sum total of all our religion, feelings, and spiritual thinking. Consider the various paths to the ultimate realization and liberation, which can also be called mukti, moksha, or nirvana. Various traditions around the world speak of the path of devotion of bhakti, the path of wisdom, of jnana, the path of yoga, and so on. And Lord Shiva is the only one who is perceived to be the guiding light on any of these paths. Whether a seeker is a devotee of a person god or a jnani seeking the absolute or a yogi striving for the spiritual union, taking refuge in Lord Shiva is sure to lead to the objective. In the same way, Lord Shiva is a deity for all, as he appears in his various manifestations, matching each of us. He is a householder, a family man like most of us, but he is also a sannyasi who has renounced everything and dwells in cremation grounds of eight of mountains. He is the first yogi, the Adi yogi, and he is also the first jnani, who, for example, is said to have inspiration Panini's grammar system, one of the tallest intellectual achievements of humankind. Lord Shiva, as the name implies, is a benevolent deity, and yet in countless myths, he is also depicted the ultimate fearsome deity, as revealed in another name for him, Rudra. This might be why both Lord Rama and Ravana worshipped him. This why he is the symbol of both kinds of energies, creative and destructive. He indeed transcends such pairs of opposites because his destructive drives is also creative, leading to the regeneration and rejuvenation of the cosmos. It is this aspect of Shiva's personality that comes alive in the Tandav dance, which he also performed on the hill not far from here. What can we mortal do before a god like this but to be in awe and bow down in worship? That is what I meant when I began this address with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Adi Shankaracharya wanted us to know and realize the eternal Shiva within all of us. He says in his melodious Nirmala Sastakam, No me mutta sanka, no me jatir bhedo, pita neva, menevo mata no janma, no bandhur, no mitram, guruneva, sisyaha, chidananda rupam, sivaham, sivaham. It means I have no fear of death, no caste or creed. I have no father, no mother, for I was never born. I am not a relevant relatives, nor a friend, nor a teacher, or a student. I am the form of consciousness and bliss. I am the eternal Shiva. To the non-believers, all of this may sound like a matter of belief and myth. However, it is astounding that modern science has also begun to unravel some of the secrets of Shiva. In the early 20th century, as physics broke new ground and scientists made images of the movement of subatomic particles, they found tracking lines very similar to the movement of a dancing Shiva, a Nataraj as depicted in traditional sculptures. What I am stating is, of course, a well-known theory. It shows that the ancient seers, in their deep meditation, perceived the true reality of the universe and expressed it their own language and symbols. Lord Shiva symbolizes nothing but that absolute. That is why many learned non-believers too remain astonished by Lord Shiva. Ram Manohar Lohia, a staunch socialist, was an agnostic too, but he understood that supreme phenomenon called Lord Shiva very well. In an essay titled Ram and Krishna and Shiva, he wrote in 1956, while Rama and Krishna led human lives, Shiva was without birth and is without end. Like God, he is infinite. But unlike God, his life consists of events in time and many landmarks, and he is therefore more non-dimensional than God. He is perhaps the only non-dimensional myth or concept known to men. There is certainly none other than that can reach him in this respect uncut. Fellow seekers, today is Mahashivratri, which is most parts of India, marks the end of winter and beginning of sunny days. Mahashivratri thus also marks the end of darkness, the darkness of ignorance, and opens the path of enlightenment. For those in search of higher ideals of life, today is an especially significant occasion. We also happen to be in the presence of a renowned rishi of modern times, Sadhguru, who has done more than the best to propagate the teachings of our past masters in all corners of the world. Countless people, especially young from India and abroad, have found in him the inspiration to make spiritual progress. Moreover, Sadhguruji has been teaching us about our social responsibility too, through his words as well as action. Today, the world remains as torn in strife as ever, but it is also facing an unprecedented ecological crisis. The need for a balanced and compassionate life in harmony with Mother Nature and all its dear children was never felt so pressing as it does today. May this Mahashivratri dispel darkness inside us and lead us all to more fulfilling and prolonging life. I wish we happy fun journey on this path, as this saying goes. Sibaste Panthano Hosantu. May the spiritual light of Mahashivratri brighten our paths every single day in our lives. Thank you. Namaskar. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Hind.
Our deep gratitude to Madam President of India and also our beloved Governor and Honorable Minister of Tamil Nadu, please. This is a day